What's up, guys? It's been a really long time since I've done a discussion video, and being is that I'm coming back into uploading after a few days of absence because of my graduation and my prom, I figured I'd come back with something that the new people don't know that much about unless you've watched back a few videos, but discussions. Basically what I do is I just talk about a subject, you know, keeps my content fresh, gives me something to talk about, and I don't know, I just haven't done this in a while and I wanted to do it. So I asked on Twitter for some suggestions to talk about, and there's a few ones, but one that I think I latched on about the most was just YouTubers and YouTube in general, especially because of just YouTube's weirdness. I can't even describe it as anything more than weirdness. Maybe I wouldn't say in a more negative way, like sometimes they're inconsiderate, but just very confusing to say the least, and it's just very strange. YouTube, I'd say the biggest problem that I have with YouTube is that they don't tell anybody anything. You get algorithm changes and nobody knows. The last algorithm change had apparently happened a long time ago, and people were just feeling the effects of it recently. Some people still don't know. And, that's a bit of a problem. It hasn't really affected me directly yet because I'm not being paid yet, but it did scare me because looked at my video manager and all of my videos were demonetized as if there was something wrong with all of them. It wasn't anything serious, but it was just them saying, well, he doesn't have an AdSense, let's just demonetize his channel. But to me, it looked like there was something wrong with all of my videos. Like I had gotten a strike on everything, or a claim on everything. And I was freaking out. I was like, oh God, what happens when I do get paid? Am I not going to be able to, what's going on? Needless to say, it wasn't anything serious, but it was still very confusing and, at the time, troubling. You have other people that are just being just totally punched in the face by YouTube's policies. I mean, it happened to me again when I streamed Black Ops 3. I got my stream was blocked because of a cutscene by Activision. Come on, what? It was the scene before you start zombies, where the lady stabs what's his face in the face and everything. They blocked that, and it was like one time. They only flagged it one time out of the 70 times I played that cutscene. It was just like that one. What? I don't understand. It's just YouTube has very, very, very strange way of carrying itself. It's very, very... And the whole unsubscribing thing, people automatically who, like ghost subscribers, people who don't watch your videos normally. So, and I'm not saying that just because I had a big boost and people are leaving me. I'm saying that as something for everybody. To me, a subscriber is either, somebody that watches my stuff and stays regularly, or somebody who wanted to show support. If your subscription is a sign of support, why take it away after a while? Maybe I'm not complaining or anything. This is just me showing my ignorance or my lack of understanding, because I don't understand. I feel like if you subscribe, because there's been times where I've subscribed to somebody, not because I watch their stuff, but just because I like them and I support them. I gave them my support because I enjoy them. Maybe not enough to watch, maybe, I don't know, but I feel like that one should count as support. I shouldn't have to consistently be there to show my support. I can support what I want to, and not that happened recently on Markiplier. There's somebody who was called in, was on the stream, and then they randomly started screaming because their defibrillator malfunctioned. And, the whole hashtag pray for Jay thing went out. And, or, I didn't see him, I don't know anything about him, but I subscribe because I'm showing support. And I think it's fair to, let them keep that subscriber because the person subscribed to show them support, even if they don't watch. You know, I feel like that's a bit unfair. I don't know. YouTube glitches. So this is another thing that I've seen happen to a few channels. I'm just get on my knees here so I can be eye level with the camera. Another thing that I've seen that's happened to a few channels, especially one of my favorite channels, the Angry Black Man. Oh my god, I love the Angry Black Man. So what's been happening is that he has a glitch where every time he uploads, his numbers drop. But when he doesn't upload, his numbers skyrocket. And it's affecting him really badly. And he's been fighting it off for years. He's been fighting it for years. As a matter of fact, he's so good, I'll put him in the end screen annotations and I'll put him in the description. Be warned, his humor is very crude and dark, but it's hilarious. And he's a genuinely nice dude. He's had a very, very difficult life. And, you know, he's just genuinely funny. He's one of those people that can make funny commentary off the top of his head. So, for some reason, when he uploads, his numbers drop, and when he doesn't upload, his numbers go up. And he's been on YouTube for like 11 years. 11 years he's been doing this. He's been doing this for a very long time. And for some reason, his not only that, I wouldn't say he's like poor because he's making a living, but he's getting paid off of YouTube. So when his numbers are funky, he doesn't get paid. He's moved like 4 times and he's been homeless like 5. This is his job. This is his life. He just recently got a real job just because his YouTube is bugged and he doesn't know why. It's the most unfortunate thing, man. And he's been trying to work with YouTube as much as he can. He's been trying to figure it out as much as he can. And he's still waiting on an answer. And I feel so sorry for him. I've been watching his videos for a very long time. So, who knows? Another thing that I've heard a lot have been purging dead accounts. And I won't say this is something necessarily wrong, but something very, very confusing. Or very, very shocking when it happens all of a sudden. Where YouTube will take all of the bots or all of the just dead subscribers out. And it's very shocking because your numbers just plummet, just straight down all of a sudden. And you have no idea where it came from. That ties back into communication. They don't tell you nothing. Your numbers just drop all of a sudden. You know, like I said, you know, numbers to me at least aren't that important. I'm more concerned with what the number signifies or what the number stands for, which is you guys. So, to me, it feels like a bunch of you left all of a sudden. Like or not even just to me, just to anybody that this happens to. Feels like everybody just up and left all of a sudden. Like everybody was just like tired of you or you did something wrong. And it's very, very worrying. And we just have no idea. Like, where did this come from? It's like, it's scary. It's scary. You know, people say, oh, you're not supposed to pay attention to the numbers. I feel like that's a little bit unfair. Because not paying attention to the numbers is almost impossible. Your number is the gauge to a certain degree for a while how you're doing. You know, you shouldn't pay full attention to the number at all times. The number should not be that important. It's what the number signifies. But especially the smaller your channel is, I feel like saying you shouldn't pay attention to the numbers, you should only care about what you're doing, you should do it regardless of how big you are. That's a bit unfair. You need to, oh god, my screensaver turned on. You need to have some metric, and that's kind of what the analytics are, but if there's a huge plummet of, you know, viewership or subs, it's telling you something. And saying you shouldn't pay attention to the number is kind of unfair because the person needs to know what's going on. And sometimes that's going to be the only kind of telltale sign that something is wrong, whether it be people are actually leaving you or there is something wrong, like there's a technical error or something. Especially the smaller your channel is. You could lose everything in days, and that's horrifying. You know, it's scary. The number is kind of, like I said, your gauge of what's happening. A lot of the times, content creators are in the dark. We can't really tell what's going on other than comments and maybe subs and likes, like immediately. Like that's like our first line of notification that something isn't quite right. Because if you suddenly have a huge plummet in your numbers, what does it mean? It's you have to know somehow. You know, your analytics don't even tell you right away. If you notice that, like, let's say if I went from 5,000 to 3,000 in a few days, that's a big deal. I can't just be like, oh, you know, maybe if I don't pay attention, it'll go away. It's hard to ignore that. It is really difficult. And not even just because of a knowing where you are standpoint. You know, you shouldn't, but it's hard not to. You know, you shouldn't wear your number as a badge to show off, but you know, these are the people that watch your stuff. You care about these people, and it kind of, I mean, I won't say it hurts, but, you know, it's unfortunate when somebody leaves. Not to say that people don't leave, and people change their minds, and people, you know, just, people leave, and that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with leaving or changing your mind. But, you know, you want people here. And, you know, when people leave, it's a little discouraging. You shouldn't let it discourage you too much, because you'll drive yourself crazy. But it's you know, it's just the number signifies you. And so when content creators see that the number drops, it's not just because we want fame and we want our numbers to be bigger and bigger because it looks better. It's because we are worried about you. We want to keep you happy. We are doing this for you. We want to keep you as invested and interested as much as we can, because we are here for you. You know, people say, oh, you know, content creators have power over their, my brain is not functioning right now. Content creators have power over their viewers, but it's really the other way around. You know, we're doing this for you. We are here to make you content. That's why we are content creators, okay? It's just as long as you're here, we know what's going on. That's what the number's for. It's not to wear as a badge just to say how big or famous we are, because it's not about the fame, it's about you. So I guess the other topic was YouTubers, which can be a very funky topic. My first thought when I think a YouTuber is, like I said, a content creator. Someone who makes content for a group of people. It's weird because, like I said, a lot of the time us YouTubers are in the dark, so we can't really tell, other than, you know, comments and the numbers, we can't really tell what you want. So we kind of have to, you know, we have to guess. So we guess, you know, sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong. The music mixes I had a long time ago on this channel, I moved those to the second channel because nobody really cared about those here. You know, it was really just a test of my editing, and I love music. So when I started my music channel, I had an actual place to put it, and I did it. Now I have 2 channels. So, you know, us creating content can be a little bit confusing. If I'm making sense, I'm kind of rambling. It can be really confusing because, you know, we don't always know what you want. That's why I always encourage commenting. Commenting is so helpful. Just tell me exactly what you're thinking. Just as long as we know what you're thinking, because we can't see what you're thinking because you're behind a computer screen miles and miles away. So it's confusing. We don't know exactly what you want. That's why I always, commenting is my favorite form of interaction, because I get to talk to, you get to talk to me, or I could at least see what you're thinking. It's helpful. You got those YouTubers who take advantage of their fans. You know, they use their fans to boost their ego or their numbers or whatever. You know, like I said, I'm not gonna judge, but you know, it's kind of sucky. You know, you wanna do this genuinely. You wanna do this for real, because you can't see 100% of a person on a camera. I try to give my 100%, but you can't see everything about me in this video. Like, you don't know how a person is. You know, you can watch their videos enough to gauge how the person, but you know, who knows what that person can be like off camera. I mean, me, myself, I'm a pretty bubbly person, like, you know, crazy, laughing a lot, whatever. But, you know, sometimes I'm really, really serious. Sometimes, like, I just took my graduation photos. You know, when I smile, I don't give more than this. That's all a smile I get. They're like, oh God, you're so serious. Or most of my pictures, I don't even smile. I have another side to me where I'm just like super serious. You know, I could be either, you know, really loud and echoing or super serious. My friends are like, why are you so quiet? Why are you so serious? I'm just like, I have nothing to say. And, you know, that can be hard to see from this video, but it's kind of true, you know? It's weird. It's weird. And my point is that sometimes you don't always know how a person is on camera or off camera. For the most part, I am this way. But sometimes I'm serious too. You know, I can be, you know, really serious and quiet or screaming and yelling. So you gotta hope that you found the right person, you know. You gotta hope that the person on camera is really the way they are. Because you got a lot of these people just acting like crazy people or acting, you know, just bad, being horrible. Like, what was that guy who pranked somebody by fake killing somebody? That's horrible. You know, just you have to realize the power you have. And that reminds me of the whole PewDiePie fiasco with what did he say? Hitler did nothing wrong and whatever he said. I don't remember exactly what he said. I feel like he doesn't realize sometimes how much power he really has, because he's setting an example. And I mean, people do take his words out of context a lot, but he sets an example. And when he does stuff like that, you know, like I said, he's setting a bad example. He should know what he's doing and how many people are seeing it. And not only that, if it is taken out of context, it backfires really bad. It could hurt him. So, you know, that was a stupid move on his part. I love Pewds to death, don't get me wrong. I watch his videos regularly. But that was a bit of a dumb move. Because, you know, you have to be aware of the things you say and what you do. Especially when you've got millions and millions and millions of people watching you. You know? Especially because he lost his ties with Disney and he lost his YouTube Red show. It hurt him. And he lost people, you know. Not to care about too much about what people think, but, you know, you lost fans. And it can be painful. I've been rambling for about 20 minutes, so I hope this, you know, this kind of made sense. I realized I was totally rambling that entire time, but leave discussion suggestions in the comments below and tell me your thoughts. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I'm gonna go edit this video and I'm gonna go continue playing Kingdom Hearts 2.5 because I just got that game and I've been playing it and binging it this entire time when I had my downtime and I couldn't record. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, peace out, y'all. I'm turning. Why am I turning? Okay, I guess I'm piecing out to the wall.